for Dig is they really have like spent a lot of time in the private server dry running these strats. The one thing that worked on Inferno T side were just these back-to-back A executes where they were throwing like 2 or 3 smokes, 2 or 3 mollies, combo flashes for Lekro coming out of halls. Like they'd really done the homework there, and now we go to a map where that also is going to work on like a B site of Overpass if you want to be running really well studied, well prepped executes. So we'll see if much of that applies. For Outsiders, they are the equivalent to the physical form of it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. They are not going to be running out of energy. They are only getting started. I just hope the same of Dig. I want another competitive map. Jame and Halzerk, the top 2 performers of the series right now, plus 20 on Jane, plus 13 on Jane, plus 20 on Halzerk. So eyes up on the AWPers on Overpass. Here's that BX sector we're talking about. It's quick, it's in the face, and it's Buster on short, getting left on the sidelines. Ooh. Nice kill for Halzerk, almost looked like a pre-fire, and a 4v3. They just need to plant.
Yeah. Bomb now going down, right? Kicker. The rest of the gang trying to swing the CT angle. They're actually tiptoeing away. Are they leaving this one?
They're going heaven? They're going heaven.
James going heaven.
They're saving.
They're saving. Okay, sometimes it's hard to tell with this Outsiders squad, but yeah, it is just the save call.
They're saving 1 smoke and 2 bits of armor. Kick it is dinked, so I imagine he's still 100 on the Kev, so he can upgrade it. Half the time we see these saves, they don't even upgrade it because like Jane buys a scout round 2 or something, and so the armor, you have the armor, but it doesn't really matter that it's 100. Yeah, I mean it was unwinnable. Safe bet, no kit. Smoke was there, but it's not really the end of the world. It's not anything to be surprised about when you have Outsiders here. But that's Dig getting their fist bumps in as they feel good to start. I like a B play because too often in pistols you'll see just maybe a smoke on default and 1 flash. Dig have a double smoke, they have a double flash. They really have everything prepped for that rush, and Outsiders get left lacking. Jame doesn't upgrade the helmet, neither does Kicker. They drop over some this and that. They even get given a FAMAS, I imagine, by Kicker. And Deagle back with the armor. So it's a pretty good second round for Outsiders, right? They're playing to win the Force instead. Dig have full Galils, and they're running it long. FAMAS beats 1, but not 2, and it's James Scout that bites Halzerk back, the head-to-head that we've all been waiting for. James, if that was 1 more, then that's as good as a 1-round setup. Forest wants a second chance. Ooh, James, a very rare miss shot again. This guy's usually super accurate. Not quite the Lao Scout, but it will do. 4 on 3, and they back to the bomb sites. 2-2 split.
Yeah, this is actually like a really scary spot for Dig to find themselves in, especially with, Lekro kind of being apart from the pack, holding for any sort of B play out of Outsiders. If they do just group, they can maybe trade their way into a bomb site, but it's like if you trade evenly, you're still in a 1v2. It's still really rough. You kind of need like a clean opener, and that kill, that's going to help you so much on your way. The fact that Flit just throws himself at you over towards long, you're rubbing your hands together. Now, he does get info, right? He does get the info that the bomb was here. And so we have players starting to rotate up now for Outsiders.
This could be a lost with 20 seconds.
They're going to have to go through that. It's re-smoked by Buster. Forest walks it, and he just turns. Oh my god, he's out of ammo. Having to tap him with the P250. Jane finishes him with the scout. Uh-oh, they haven't planted. Oh my god, they run Jane down and they get it back under control.
Nice call there. Whoever makes that, just rush him at that point. Don't fiddle around with hoping that you don't get 1 shot on a bomb plant. Thank God it's Heap sticking that bomb on full health. He goes down to 30. Oh, that was very, very scary there indeed. Buster's not looking at the ground, right? Trying to dodge a flashbang when Forrest walks through. That's an Outsiders forced by victory. NT for James Scout. Not today, though. Nades out. Maybe a mid-lob here for Outsiders, or playing to deny a bomb plant. Set up in Monster. They're expecting the B-rush, and they're damn right.
Yeah, those nades are in the right place at the right time. A good bit of damage done. The USPs start to farm up the weakened Dig players. Nade in response, but USPs still killing, still headshotted, and now Yakinda, trying his best down in water to regain control. Taps out another.
No!
And can't quite get it over the line.
Ace.
That is so close, but the ace from Halzerk has saved the day.
Halzerk, the hero right now. I cannot believe he double nades him as much as they double nade Monster. Those were some crispy USP shots, some very close kills, but Halzerk rises above it all. That is beautiful. Yakinda almost converted it, man. No health left. I can't believe that. The 5B stack is perfection for Outsiders, but still Dig win it. But it's all about softening up the money. It's all about the long game, as we've already said with Outsiders. And that is one step on a long road. Talking along, it's where Dig end up. Yakinda, no flash. Oh, there was one in front of him from Dig. Luckily, we'll just avoid it. Spotted and runs away with that toilet smoke down. He trades with James. This is not a pixel peek for James. He can nail his shot, and there it is. He easy does it. Nothing new. I love that trade of players. They see the rifle, they want to run it down, and instead they find the scope.
Yeah, James is hitting right now, right? You put that AWP in his hands, and suddenly he becomes so threatening. Scoped up on the short side now, just begging Dignitas to test the waters, to give this A site a look in. Re-smoke Monster from Flit all the way up here on A. Just going to give that double B hold a little bit more of a secure feeling about it. We'll start to rotate down on the back of how quiet Dignitas have been. They haven't really minded taking what I would consider like not even that much map control here, and then like just kind of waiting to explode into a site here with 4. You know, they don't really have anyone keeping an eye on the B info. For all they know, Outsiders could be right behind them up through Con or T-spawn, and yet they're more than content working within these margins. Jane nails the second shot of the round and is going to get helped out by his 2 teammates inside the site. He might tap one of them off the board, but it's still an Outsiders round, whether you like it or not. Forrest going to be left saving a Galil, and that's assuming they let him.
If Kicker held that 1 second, he would have killed him after time.
That's actually, you know, very respectful from Kicker, you could say, although not a good time to have respect for the opposition in the server.
No, I mean, Kicker's just getting the kill when he sees it, but Forrest was not ready for that fight either. It was pretty knife out, so maybe, but not today. Still, nice A-hold for Outsiders. Lots of numbers up there. Beautiful tap for Heat, but it means nothing in the long run. And already, because of that USP round, Harry, we've got Dig on Eco. This is a T side, and they're broken in round 5 off a 3-1 streak. It's all those USP kills coming back to bite. And I mean, Dig is so broken they can justify forcing. That's probably what this tack is about. If they want to force, let's B-rush. Let's figure out who's throwing the heaven smoke on the fly. Heap's already gone for an AK, but that will be the only one.
Yeah, now, other than the USP stack down there in round 3, Outsiders haven't had to really contest with too much going on down towards this B bomb site. So, might be a time for Dignitas to test the waters. Instead, they're just going to go back into middle, smoking that deep molly. And really, once you've done that, you don't even have to keep committing to this. Just the fear of the smoke being on the Molotov can be enough to keep players leaning towards A. They want to fight. Halzerk had an angle onto Yakinda there if he hung around. Just leaving it, and Yakinda, oh my goodness.
He never quits here.
I thought he saw them, but having a drop on down. They are a little closer than I think he was ready for. Still gets back into the long toilet top time and re-emerges on the angle. There's the Lecro Dig. Been a while since we've seen that come through, and honestly, going 1 for 1 there is pretty good for Dignitas.
Yeah.
There's a gun to be retrieved. They harm themselves. They get a little more scary, a little more threatening. Now Outsiders know that middle belongs to the Swedes.
Yeah, 2 AKs now, we just need to grab it. That's the fear. Forrest is going to clear long toilets first before they go in for that AK-47. Like, even checking spawn, but Outsiders aren't too aggressive. They just reset up on this long side. Halzerk. How does he want to do this? James AWPing A side. Oh, he baits the shot out close. Now they know James not helping. James not peeking. He will catch Alzerk on the retreat. That's something at least, but scary for a second. Flip was probably calling for help, begging. Nice Molly at the backside, forces Jane back. Oh, could have been a shot off. Instead, Buster goes through the smoke. They called it, but everyone's blind. No one knows where anyone is except Buster peeks out and finds that double. Nice shooting. Jane low, 10 seconds. Forrest needs to hunt this kill, but he can't get it in time. It's Buster on the top, and Outsiders take 2 to Tango. Trying to level this one out. But Dig, full eco, should be simple.
A little pause called in now. This one looking like it's of a technical nature. Got a replay of the Lecro Deagle. Definitely had some legs on that round there, but James come into this one, you know, looking for revenge, looking to keep that level up he was showing towards the end of Inferno. And I think, you know, having it come full circle for his clutch failing in round 30, try as he might, like it was phenomenal. Milliseconds being the difference there between that being a 16-14 and going to overtime. But then winning it in very similar circumstances on the opposite side, right, in a clutch to close it out, that's pumped him up. Buster's delivering as well now. You're starting to have this real supporting cast appear. James peeking mid, taking fights here early, and working connector is Yakindar. Heap with a Glock. Should not win this fight.
Yakinda just doesn't want to get baited into some double setup far away. Now he knows Heap's escaped. Oh, he just gets out of the ladder, but I mean, this is of little value. Oh, James holding for the jump. Yakinda trying to walk close middle, and they get mauled, mopped mode. 2 kills. James going to back up. He wants a distance between the AWP and the pistols, and Buster will secure the round. Only this con player, this Toilets player, and he's no problem. 3-3 always was meant to be. Dig coming back with a rifle round. Definitely need to see something leaning B right for Dig out of the gate, even if it's not an execute, just getting that short water control, having a bit more real estate in the early round. Right now we've seen whoever has that mid spawn for Outsiders take it, whether it's Yakinda pushing party or James taking AWP shots. Right now, it's the former. Yakinda's going back for it. Solo A to start. Lean 4B. They're expecting the execute for Dig. Dig are trying to feign it, trying to fake it, throwing in all this util. A pre-molly and smoke to take short for Lecro. There's a boost up, it's delayed. How long does he hold? Oh, he got it.
He did just get it. Just nabbed that one, and at the same time, Freiburg spammed out a short player.
Sick.
That is beautiful, right? A 4-man B stack reduced down to 2 in the opening seconds of the round starting. Rewarded for holding the boost. And a spam from Freiburg going a very long way. They start to lean out long now. Yakinda blinded by the flash. However, Forrest can't convert the kill. Dignitas still need to be careful, especially now that they've given up that 5-on-3. 4-on-3 doesn't quite feel the same. They're going to go looking for Yakinda. They're going to look to try and flush him out. They know that there was at least one more player on B, right? Because you spotted the ball getting assembled. No. And with Yakinda dead, this round looks teed up for Dignitas. Lecro can hear one of these B players leaving.
Nice reset. This is really good. Yeah, they know they got them split. At worst, it's 1-1. Obviously, Outsiders love a gamble. They love to stack together, but as you said, that audio cue was enough for Dig to reset, and Yakinda just saw the bomb at long with numbers. So here they come for BXX again. 20 seconds. There is a Heaven player already here. Flit, he can provide Overwatch with that AWP in the pit, and he couldn't pick a target. Too many at the same time. With that Heaven smoke, Flit might just have to save this AWP for James. Being commanded of him. But that's fine. However, already Lecro dispatched to hunt this kill. And when Dig have 4 alive, definitely worth losing 1 man to hunt this kill. And Flit is playing right up in CT. Common save spot is long. That's where Lecro is probably going to look to clear. But the rest of Dig are coming into CT, so this save is not guaranteed. Lecro is in no hurry. And they're walking as well, so Flit won't even hear this. They'll start running when the bomb goes off in those final few seconds. This could be problematic for Flit.
Oh, they're running at him, but he
Nice
holds
shots.
on. Flit. Lovely AWP save.
Oh, another?
Lovely. Just gets out of there with it. And, I mean, Jane will really appreciate you for that one.
Yeah.
I love how mobile Dignitas were there. You know, like they get the double opener down B, they lose Forest over at long. What do? They completely leave B apart from Lekro. Everyone else goes towards long. Is able to like 3v1 Yakindar there. Then they go back to Joy and Lekro at B. It's just, it's so all over the place, and you keep seeing the majority of players wherever you're fighting them. That
I think that's the
exactly
commit.
right. Like, and that's exactly what it was like on the other map of Inferno just moments ago. You know, it was like, oh, they're fighting us at A. They're probably coming A. And so Dig, you know, kind of using that conditioning to their advantage, always just roaming as a pack. That is so awkward in middle.
Dear.
I don't know how much time James thought he had, or if Yakindar was still watching. Oh, that's awkward. It's one awkward thing after another. Yakindar seemingly at the center of it all, good for that double. They didn't look at him. Just assumed the close corner was clear.
Buster uncrouches, he has great timing, and there it is. Wow, couldn't have been better. Catches Heap walking up the stairs. That's why you knocked the door off. He saw him, but Buster's so fast. And yeah, the value of that door getting blown off, we've been seeing more and more as of late. We've been seeing, you know, these double setups where you can boost in con for B water, you can boost on B for con. It's really supporting each other. I'm sure Outsiders will pull that out later. Just the kind of team that would do it. Freiburg fakes that death cam, but he comes back down con. Doesn't matter, Outsiders are here, 2 of them at the top. Freiburg spotted from Monster, and it's a 4-4 score. It's even odds, no one's running away. James waits for his disciples to double fist bump, and so they shall.
Yeah, it was Yakindar dealing out double fistings though in the toilets, wasn't it? That is just wild, like. He was side by side with Forest for the longest time there. Might have been a nice opener, but it turned sour very, very quickly. Freiburg literally doesn't have a scared bone in his body. He runs through the double molly setup in mid, admittedly to his demise.
The org push on long. Not every day you see this gun, but it's always a welcome sight. Welcome sights, James. Right down the scope picks Forest, and there's more where that came from. Got to care the con smoke. Trying to cover his flit. Yakinda's still in the same position, and still re-aggressing even now. No getting out mid. Well, this is scary scope up. Blocking your vision of middle. Flit will take more and more heads, though, and this eco has no hope for Heap.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, but that's the end of the line,
A little
right?
concerning.
So Outsider's going to grab the lead. Going to go up 5-4. I want to see more from Dig over towards B again. You know, I really think like that round where they went there, dude, just had nothing but successes come rolling through.
They've been waiting for a gun round.
Yeah, I know. I hope they go back now that the guns are in play. Because also, I think when you go B, if you do find any successes, it normally triggers a bit of a response from someone like Yakindar over here on A. And that's pretty, you know, lovely pick for Jade. Like, that's a pretty safe bet, so it's a nice way. Jeez, he went back in for more.
This guy double dipping every damn time.
That's not like even super Jame how he went about that there. You know, normally would have just been content, 5-on-4, cool, get out, fall back.
Mean, we saw that first shot. He's feeling it right now. That much is clear, especially after, you know, those shots on Inferno, even the lost clutch. But just in general, some of the openers he was able to give us on those CT side OT rounds, Jame was just not waiting. And this is a Jame to be terrified of. Even when we had slacks from Sprout on our Pro League cast, we asked him who was the hardest AWPer to face, and you know, not necessarily in head-to-head, but just in terms of AWPer beating his team, he was like, yeah, Jame was the most annoying player. He was the most annoying AWPer, and that's what many say. Can be such a frustrating guy. Kinder's coming back through recon, but he's so deep this won't be expected if he stays here. Freiburg walking down, and Chikinda to force it. Heap now. Good luck. With an AWP in the tunnel, and he stepped. Sharks will come in, and they found blood. Chikinda 3 in the round, he's at 13-6. And this isn't like Inferno where he was 5-12 in the first half, having a really rough time of things. He pulled it back, he got confident, he got some aggressive CT rounds, he knifed out down Banana, he was forcing fights with MP9s, and he came back into the game in a big way. No, this is Chikinda starting strong, and that's a whole new beast. That's even more scary for Dignitas.
Yeah, dude, I mean, it's kind of wild, right? Because first map Mirage, which feels like an eternity ago now, was a really good start from Chikinda, but there just wasn't anyone there around him. Then Inferno, it's like the polar opposite of that. It felt like everyone else was kind of looking good, but Chikinda was falling a little bit quiet. Now I think we've hit this like golden streak where, you know, you're getting these phenomenal moments out of James. Chikinda's been fantastic. Buster has been such a safe pair of hands if they end up coming his way, right? If those first two players go out and don't find success, don't find riches, well, then you've had Buster to fall back on. So, yeah, Outsiders, I think this is them, like, really bringing their A game. For Dignitas, what was needed to try and cancel out Chikinda back on Mirage was a very, very strong game from Forest, and it was helped out by Hauser looking impeccable. And right now, they're both struggling a little. We need that to change. Outsiders could run away with this. He's going to open up, runs James down. Chikinda trying to fill this void, but he's overwhelmed as well. The Heap Tech 9 onto a double. Flick gives up the site. Tries to play retake, tries to lean into this one, but a util getting locked in. It's a good nade, and Halzerk's removed.
Bomb loose.
Hands a Heap. Bomb out in the open. Lekro's got a plant, Freiburg close to the smoke, but they've come through. He flicks back around, and in the meantime, Lekro's Deagle deals with the bank rotate for Buster. Just Kicker left standing.
No way he saves this.
It looks like it.
I mean, they got money. This is winnable. This is worth Kicker to try and at least get these guns out of their hand and give it a go. Freiburg keeps missing these timings, and Kicker gives it up. I'm a bit surprised by that one. Knowing that their eco should be temptation to even just get damage. But Outsiders playing for the late game, as is often the case. Their money's not a worry yet, but it could be. And Kicker's trying to stop that from ever happening. 6 shots for Heap, right, running down the first guy. I think the reason Chikinda doesn't just take one and done and just commits to that spray there is because he doesn't want to give up the site and therefore give them the AWP, right? That's the danger. You get an AWP and an eco and a post plant on this A site, you go back toilet, you play the bomb, you win the round just by being a little rat and not re-peeking or scoping up from far. So yeah, that's awkward for Chikinda. Really tried to die on that hill, but it's Dignitas who get armed as a result and shut out the round. Nice nade to stop Planter, but it won't save Outsiders. Jane got run boosted, he's got great spawn, and he knows it. Peeking deep to Heap, hits the shot. No kill, but every little helps. Outsiders will just go back to long.
Oh, look at this double long setup, man. Like, you just saw Jamin Khan. You just saw him there. And now he's up on the boost on the long side. Chikinda playing close. This is a horrible setup to run into. This is like the two guys who have been tearing through your A plays, now doubled up in the same spot. There's a chance that Dig can bypass this entirely, making noise in middle.
Oh, what a fake.
Outsiders might get a little bit nervous, might start to freak out here. They're going to pull Flit up because they're saying, we don't know what's happening on short, bud. You've got to keep an eye on it. And so this is going to leave just 2 players down in B, doubled up at Monster, tucked into this corner. Buster playing anti-flash. They're going to need to step up.
This is a terrifying setup, but Chikinda's just got the info. He's just pushed long, he's cleared all of middle. It's a ballsy call, but the flashes off B have at least confirmed his suspicions. Flit's come back in, he's on heaven, he sees to jump up as they throw in Molotovs for the barrels. The train box, a flash, they go through! Kicker and Buster combine for 2, and Halzerk with York and the bomb at Monster. This is not the spot you want to be. Forest tagged up,
as well.
And even Chikinda in the T-spawn flank, he's finally here to put the knife in the back. 1, 2, and a third. Chikinda shuts out Dig. Now they know the Outsiders have that info. Now they know just what's going on this top site. Chikinda has switched on this series, especially in the third map. 17-7, and no better time to activate on that flank.
Yeah, mate, no, that is brutal for Dignitas. You know, it was such a well put together fake. It worked in terms of bringing everyone from outsiders over towards that A site, or at least 3 of the 5 players. Then that re-smoke at Monster giving a little bit of pause. That was where Yekindar found his gap. That was where he comes in on this big wraparound, gets the early info that it's the B play. And so just a great bit of maneuvering from the front man of outsiders.
Yeah, he's doing more than shaking maracas right now. He is not Bez. Trapped in toilets by that smoke, Yekinda's got to pick a side, and he's so often just committed, lived and died on these long toilets. This round again, they're going to try and crunch him. They're coming up long, they're loud. Not just a flash, but running. James can flash for Yekinda. He's offering it. Yekinda says, no, I'm fine. And a man made to multi-kill in this position, but even so, flash finally hits, and Yekinda gets 2. More than that, he sees almost everyone in middle. That can scramble rotations. Outsiders push up on B. They take more space.
Yeah, B hold's getting locked in. A hold is reinforced. Too strong here with the 3rd man rotating up.
That gap looks almost purpose. They've thrown that before. Just trying to give Hauser an option to AWP into A.
James aggroing over on the short side. Lecro's here, but that flash kind of gives away that info. Peeking with it.
Hello.
Can't find the kill. He's deep out low. Flit with the turn. And Hauser never even knew about the dice player.
How did Flit hit that?
Insanity. Outsiders have arrived. This is the team that we were hoping to see, right? In all their glory. It feels like everything's just clicked into place. For Dig, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, this is a team that can take down anyone, right? They can take down the best in the world. If they're on one, if they... Wow, that's a headshot. If they're having a good day, if they've longed it out to a BO3 and they're warm. And yeah, just one of the most threatening rosters in Counter-Strike. Through thick and thin. Oh, Electro Dig, baby, it's back. James, say goodbye to your AWP off the boost. Electro!
Oh, what a shot! Double opener! And I mean, that might be the red carpet rolled out into a B play. Still, they're not rushing it. They're not getting ahead of themselves. Now they show their head down here at Monster. Flash sends Yekinda out through Con. Tries to get stuck in, but instead he's been dealt with. Nade stack down into water, and it's only Flit left. 1v4. Dignitas are still committing. They're still moving in. He's not without hope. They're going to start to go back now. Dignitas, they don't want to outbrain themselves. They group up over on the short side. Going to send Lectro in. He pushes, he prods, he probes, and he spots Flit at the barrels. The rest of the gang now going to double time it up through connector into the A bomb site. Flit worlds apart. Has also got his running shoes on. Up he comes, running the entire way. They know about him. The nade does good damage. Flit with a peek. And he will get silenced by Freiburg. Dignitas onto a 6th on the back of that partial investment.
That's 5 HE grenades and every single one of them lands. Every single one of them does damage. What an artillery strike into water from Out Monster off the back of the double D entry from Lecro. These are phenomenal. Flit eats 2 nades here at Dumpster. He does not get given the respect. And that is a sick round out of Dignitas. We have been waiting all damn series for the Electro D to make an appearance, and now it's a full stack. It's a 5-man boost. They're going over the tippity top. This one's a bit late, though. They got a hold for the boost. Oh, almost! So close, but it won't cut.
Can't cut mustard, it can't break skin. Down through the short side now with this AWP is Halzerk. Oftentimes they call these boosting players. It's so close to being another one of these openers.
Flit still jumps that, knowing they just employed the 5-man boost. Mad.
I do like Yekindar's response though, right? He's a slippery fish, is this guy.
Yeah.
And on the back of seeing that boost getting employed, he's taken all this room down long. At a bare minimum, he's an early warning sign, but he could be so much more than that in this round. This one's free.
He's seen it.
Next one might cost him, but that one's free. Forest on the receiving end of that aggro. short's also been stolen away. Even though they're mollying Con, like, you know, they don't have a man already in this position. They've got Buster posted. Yakindar and Jame falling back into this A side setup. Dignitas grouping for what looks like a B hit. And as mentioned, Buster still waiting outside of Con. Kicker winning the monster fights. He was effectively in the site all alone, and while Heap is shut out, there's the late realization that Buster's been here behind enemy lines the whole damn time.
What a beautiful CT site. What a great game we're getting out of Outsiders, right? You go top, you run into Jame, who is hitting pixel shots every round, and Yukinda, who just won't stop with his mid and long aggression. Then you go B into some of the best anchors that CIS region has to offer. Buster has just been nailing folks to the wall, and Kicker has not let people through Monster yet either. Just an excellent game. Flip floating between the two sites too. That's a 9-round CT side. Nothing to turn your nose at. Smells fantastic. Put it in a candle. Bath bomb, maybe. And Dignitas, they now need to turn it all around against the best 3-map team that we've ever seen. Alright, what we got? Outsiders, a pistol would push them well and truly up in control of this game. Heap's got the dualies. All right, that's a pick. Oh, that's a pick. James just jiggles and doubles. What? Sickening.
That is disgusting, James. Oh my goodness. They never even saw him. Look at him go. 2 to the good already and wanting even more. There is a bounty of kills on the other side of Connector. Lecro takes that first fight. Door swings open and here they are. Buster and James side by side fighting for the short control. It's so clean. Only Freiburg left. And he's so far removed from this B play, he won't even have a chance in the 1v5. Outsiders are winning this T-pistol in incredibly clean fashion. 10 on the board, and there's nothing that Freiburg can do.
But die, and Yukinda will give him that at least. And yeah, Jame, that's just insanity. That is something else. Those taps are so... From Heap's perspective, you don't even see Jame. He just peeks, and you're dead before you've even gotten away with it. That's a land peek, somehow, some way. Wow, this follow-up even better. And he found a third with the USP too. Why would he even trade pistols after that double kill? Yukinda also 6-0 in opening duels right now. Closes this round, but he was just all over CT side with that aggression, with those party and long plays. Outsiders just got to convert it now, step by step, round by round. They are locking it down. Deep long push. And it's being held by the man himself.
Missed shot for Hauser. Not going to get given many more of those. I'll lean away from long now. Only one man down here towards B for Dignitas. Everyone else set up on long. With Hauser making contact so early, Outsiders, they do want to try and clear this. They've lobbed the deep flash, and that's not going to save Heap. We'll trade it down here at B. Buster's holding on. And Freiburg getting aggressive there. That is a bit of a problem area. He's the only man on that B hold, and so him falling rolls out the red carpet.
Oh, the running. They're going for the bomb.
Oh my
god. Forrest can win this round right now off this kill. Flit jumps it. What an escape. And now Flit has support. Flash to try and hunt this down, but there's a double peek not needed. Flit gets his kill, and Kicker gets his bomb. First class delivery to the B bomb site, and Forrest tried, but Flit's too fly.
Now the rest of the round just a formality. Hauser wants to go get that AK, probably to save it. Outsiders finding this conversion. Making quick work of the force buy out of Dignitas. And this will be them up onto 11 now. This is, we're hitting such a pivotal time frame within this game if Dignitas do want to turn it around, right? This will otherwise be remembered as the game, the series in which they almost eliminated Outsiders. They almost brought them to their knees 2-0. But in the end, Outsiders did what they do best. They longed it out. They made it a competitive, OT affair, going the distance, going 3, but by the time you arrived at that third map, you were battered, you were bruised, you were exhausted, you couldn't keep it up anymore.
Yeah, it's really, if it's not that story, Harry, it has to be picked up in the first gun round at this point for Dignitas. They got one more eco, then that exact attempt, and without it, it just feels too much of a comeback, too much of a task on this CT side. This is the first time in the series where one team has stepped above and just looked better and just looked like they were more in control of this entire map. Nice deke for Lekro. They've at least come through at map 3. But is this going to be another almost round? Can Dig win a very difficult eco? They don't have a lot behind that Dig. Not even Kevlar. Con is cleared after that kill. Monster naded. And outside is set up outside of B, but that bomb's still mulling around in Con. And there's no one here right now. They're going for a boost. They're already walking out Monster. Outside is going to catch Dig, setting up. They've got to be super careful, but that's a bomb. Heap hits a Dig now, inspired by the eco.
Oh
not again,
God.
not like this. Dig are doing it somehow.
At 5v2, and they've only got pistols. There was a team flash in that round. There was a team flash on the guy walking up through Monster. He would have uncovered the boost. That kill would have never happened. But instead, the delayed peek has only dug this hole deeper. Yakinda gonna clear him, gonna flush Forest out, trying to carve a path for Kiko with the bomb. The Deagle Electro, gonna tuck himself in behind Dice, getting run down. Shots are missing, they're getting closer. You need to hold on, Electro, and he will get overwhelmed. Heaps Deagles here to try and fill the void. Bombs dropped on the wrong side of Dice, the wrong side of a dice roll. Snake Eyes on Yakinda, and he's finished off. Dignitas. With just vanilla pistols, a handful of Deegs, they're able to win that out.
This series is not done yet, Harry. We're counting it out. We're talking about the first gun round. Dig don't wait. They don't have time to wait. Business first. And an eco win. Double D from Heat, and Lekro helps out too. That is excellent. I can't believe it. They even triple chase Yakinda, not giving this guy room to get weird, get that bomb, get a couple of crispy headshots. Now it's served cold for Outsiders. A reality check, and now an AWP. Nate's up for the boost. Lekro. Jumping at the other side, he's okay. Suddenly everything changes.
Yeah, this confidence, this swagger, this bravado that you've had if you're Outsiders, you need to taper it off for a little bit now. Right, you're saying to yourselves, okay, we lost that one. Let's not let it go any further than that. You might not have a say in the matter. Dignitas win this round. They go 8-11. They break the money of Outsiders, and at that point, the gap is starting to get closed. It's starting to shrink on down.
Like a cold pool. Who's going to drown first, though? Freiburg. Dodging the flashes at Monster. Outsiders are grouping up for B as we speak. This Orb of Halzak is getting very curious. But there's nothing you can do about this. It is going to be relying on the triple B hold. Heap is also committed to long. Outsiders have done nothing to signal this play, but it's about to be all too obvious, all too assaulting at the same time. Lekro, pinpoint headshot, sprays down two. The flashes do nothing, and he's in the middle of the bomb site. Outsiders, 2-on-4, and there's no getting in.
Yeah, trap. Iced out on short. Forest, so much damage. Flip peaked at the very end. It's Freiburg and Forest to find 8 for Dignitas. Oh my goodness. They are trying to grind their way back in again. And hell, I mean, dude, if this series is anything to go by, the usual tricks of Outsiders, their ability to long out these games. You thought it was coming through, right? You thought it was like a return to the norm. But there's just something about this Dig squad seems to get under the skin of James, of the Outsiders. Nades over into middle.
Attack timeout essentially this round, right? 4 Glocks, nothing to do but chat it out. Waste their time. Buster's having a drink, mate. Round's live, doesn't even matter. No stress here. Get some nades out of Dignitas, waste a few pennies. It all adds up in the long run. And absolutely no one with focused faces, just chatting it away. Meanwhile, Dignitas have to pretend that this could be a hit at any time, any second. Kicker gets mollied out of his spot. Outsiders, they've taken a lot of space considering nothing has been done all the way up on toilets, but that's by design. We still have this heavy setup, 2 jumping players on the bomb site trying to get this early warning. They see a long player. A bit of info that will keep Lecro up on rotation. He's in heaven, ready to move at a moment's notice. And eventually, Outsiders will just run it. 20 seconds. Don't want to die off the time. You better go now. May as well run into the molly.
They're going to try and go. Lecro moving up for the rotate. Probably isn't even needed. He just holding the line. One kill out of Flick. You know, just Glocks invested. Yep. Need to go grab the big green, and they will get it.
Phew.
But, you know, go getting 1 out of a round like that is all well and good. Outsiders, 2 rounds, all that separates them and Dignitas. They've still got a lot of fight left in them after all.
This is not one-sided. This really isn't. Like, it felt like it with that dominant CT side with a converted pistol. Or rather, you know, a rifle round off the back of, you know, Dig. Converted pistol, then Dig with an eco. It should have been up to first rifle. It should have been like 12-6. Never got there. Now 2 rounds of difference. Now essentially a gun round in between these 2 teams. Someone's going home. Who's it going to be? Everyone's antsy to play at this point, but we got to hold on. We got tech problems.
Yeah, these are never ideal.
Looking good to
have
go.
A log back in.
Yeah, get the Steam code.
Never ideal to have something like that happen now, right? This moment of pause. Maybe, though, Outsiders having to just sit there and stew in this situation. The fact that it is coming down to the wire, you know, will that get to them? Oftentimes, this team is one that gets better. The longer they're in the server, the longer they're under the pressure. Dignitas all kick-started with that eco win in the 3rd round of this second half. Now believing again, and I mean, there really is like no equating how a round like that can pump you up. You know, what it can do to the mental game when you squeak one of those past the opponents.
We're back live. Guns getting swapped over. Orb on Halzerk. James has his 2. It's been a long day here, otherwise known as a quick match for Outsiders. Or maybe I jumped the gun here. No, I didn't. Kinder's still freakishly good right now, 23 and 13, still flawless on his opening fight, 6 multi-kills. No clutches yet for Outsiders, but once we hit crunch time, maybe.
What?
Wait.
Halzerk hit that, runs through short, fires a blind shot through the smoke and brings Kicker down so low. Now he's going to start rotating, just shifting his position up with this AWP. They just saw it at B. Outsiders respond by trying to take long quickly. Heap is here. Heap is on the angle, but James will get rid of him. Man, advantage taken. Suddenly that tag feels inconsequential. Halzerk is going to go seek his fortunes in middle, pushing up the short side, trying to make a bit of a play. He knows that someone needs to be that hero, someone needs to be the guy, and he's hoping it can be him. Buster sneaking himself into this long corner. It's a very nice position to have for later in the round. He'll go unaccounted for if anyone goes swinging that for Dig. Freiburg's taken short away, down towards the B bomb site. Halzerk been here for a while, flashed off the angle, does manage to get out, but his teammate is now dead, and Halzerk is all alone, calling for rotations. He needs support, he needs help, and they run him down, they run at him. Buster follows up with a kill into the site, and it's only Freiburg left. Outsiders, they might have taken a tag early, they might have sponged some bullets here and there, but that is a very well put together A offensive. Starts with James getting the pick at long. Beautiful reflash into the short side. A gorgeous reaction onto that setup between Halzerk and his site player. They knew what they were facing, they knew what they were up against. And that's how they're going to find 12. A flawless round, 5 alive as well at this point in the game. That's going to prove to matter a hell of a lot.
Yeah, it just adds into what we're talking about. How about how Outsiders are so good at just holding on in these moments of pause, poising well, not panicking, not freaking out. This may have been getting like a scary game, but they take 2 minutes out and they come back in looking fresh-faced with 5 alive, and James continuing to knock on the door of death. More 5-on-4s, more 5-on-3s even, as James continues. And Dignitas, can they dig deep with another gun round, or will their money be the first to fall? At this point in the game, it wouldn't matter as much for Outsiders. It would just level the playing field. If Dig lose their cash, they are in worry. Outsiders, 1 man at B, Kicker doing his defaulting. Rest of Outsiders going in from mid. We've got a fast contake for Flit. James flashed off the angle. Halzerk attempted to take that opening kill, but you hear a shot rally through and you give it up. Heavy B lean for Dig. And Halzerk hopefully playing a little safer this round in the bomb site. Not committed to that open divider position where Outsiders were able to just chase him down. This time they want to BX it. This is an early round play for Outsiders as far as they're concerned. Minute 15 and they're about to rush.
B holds always get weird, man. The util's got to be flawless out of the outside. Kicker's already in deep. Oh, he's on a flick back round. Don't know, he had no business winning that first fight on a Freiburg. Oh, Forrest is so blind, having to just tuck himself in, steal himself away. He does have this AWP on Halzerk to try and help him out. Swinging is Forrest, 1 for 1, but the trade's going back and forth. Flit up the short side. Oh, trying to fight Halzerk. Instead, taps out Lecro back in CT. They haven't been able to deal with the AWP yet. Flit's trying to make it happen, but will get silenced. And there's Halzerk to close. Dignitas onto double digits. They repel the B play.
They did not want to play plant. They wanted to play every single kill, but that rotate down for Heat was not accounted for there for Flit. He just goes wide for the fight on the pit player, thinking he has an AWP isolated. That's not the case. Quick rotate down for Heat, and Dignitas, who are favored in every trade all along the way, go on and close out a B hold. A massive round. We haven't had anything out of this T side like that for Outsiders since they lost to the Eco, just charging out B in the early round and getting shredded. And that's on the back of an opening kill untraded. Kicker, like you said, with a ridiculous flick to kill that monster peak player. Dignitas still do it though. As said, Outsiders can sustain an L here, but no more. No loss bonus on either team. And that's a really reassuring round to see converted by Heap and Halzerk when it is Freiburg and Forest, the solid B anchor players in this map right now, who are having a bit of a troubling time. Have been a lot quieter. Haven't been afraid to make moves, right? Taking a lot of short water control because Outsiders have been doing heavy A defaults in most of this T side, but even so, it's something to keep in mind. 2 veterans of the team under 10 kills still.
I mean, you've got to admire, you know, regardless of even how this ends up panning out, at bare minimum, just how Dignitas, you know, this is a team that aren't really at all like these kind of big tier 1 events, right? And even when they are, you know, very rarely able to make these deep runs happen versus outside is a team who, like just I want to say a month and a half, 2 months ago now, are in the playoffs of Katowice, you know, able to flex a hell of a lot there, admittedly falling off when they kind of hit the big stage, but even prior to that, you know, able to make a run at the last PGL major. Dignitas remaining as resilient as one of the most resilient teams in Counter-Strike today. It's no easy feat.
Victim of first blood 7 times for Freiburg, similar to what we've been seeing, you know, throughout the tournament. You called them the fearless, never afraid to go in first, to try and get space. Carrigan-esque at times, often traded. However, 1 and 7 on those opening duels doesn't scream anything pretty in that regard. Luckily, T-side's over for him. Time to sit back and relax. God, these tech issues aren't making things any easier for anyone involved, even not outsiders at this point. They just want to get on with the game and go play. We are so late into the series and still so undecided as to our victors and elimination. Whoever loses is going to feel horrible after playing this match. It has been a grind.
Yeah, I mean, 100% right. That's always the nature, though, of, I mean, any...
Losing's not fun, Harry.
Yeah, losing sucks, bro. But, you know, especially when you are, like, in one of these series that's so dragged out, so back and forth. You know, you've put hours into this, hours just in the server. That's before you take into account all the prep work that goes into this.
Especially with Dig, who have actually had a chance to close this thing, right? They could have won this game. They could have 2-0'd. I guess in some sense it's relieving, not relieving, but they never had a match point. It was 15 first for outsiders, and 18 first as well. That time they did close.
Is it back to a B play for the outsiders? That would be kind of surprising, honestly. They got shredded in this last attempt at the B hold.
Oh, hello.
Over in mid. Oh, that's a lovely little opener for Buster. On the receiving end of that is Heap. Now looking to fill the void.
Misinfo.
That little check on Monster might sail you down the river with 50 seconds left and a mid player down. You're starting to get paranoid that this is the A play. Freiburg, they're up and past him, and it's a double opener for Kicker. Suddenly Lekro back at the site. Over here in mid, Halzerk will best Buster, but that's a very small victory amidst the sea of losses in this round for Dig. Lekro's tucked himself in, hidden away at Graffiti. Util going out. Outsiders starting to move over towards upper. The bomb is out.
They're delaying the
B.
pawn to hunt the kills. They're trying to play the money game. The accountants pull back his typical tricks. What they don't know is Lekro never left this bomb site.
This could get weird. There's always a chance of something odd happening. Hauser just tucking himself in. Flit's got no idea. At this point, they might anticipate some sort of bank save. Oh, they're starting to get close to Halzerk, trying to remove this AWP. Lekro still just waiting at Graffiti. It feels inevitable that Halzerk was in trouble. But now they go looking for Lekro, who's been here the entire time. Just Chikindar inside of the site. Just him waiting. Lekro might get away with this M4 after all. Chikindar, walks to his demise. And so Lekro is out of there, able to get away after all. Oh, no, James! The save denier hunts him down!
That's so big. That is so massive, Harry. It is nothing worse than giving up a round to save and not saving. You get nothing. You don't even get the attempt, the 1 in a million chance of winning a 2v4 on a retake. It's gone. Lecro could have sat in the corner. He would have lived. Jane comes down in heaven and shuts out the round. No one does it quite like him. And I love the delayed plant. It's scary from our perspective, but at no point is Lecro ever going for that. And that is high impact. Right there at the end. Money means everything. And Dignitas even call attack, because whatever they have planned for this one is in the bin. Look at the cash. They might have to force. They have no cash. They have 1,400. No loss either. It's one round. It's not 2 in a row. It's not even built. It's just been trading for the last 4. And so Dig, they are in, I mean, this is hell on earth. This is the worst place to be in. You're forcing to give them 14. Yes, sure, we've had these crazy rounds out of Dig. Dig are believing in this round. They bought a kit on Forest. They want to win it, but they just know how out of their hand it might be.
He jiggles mid, tries his hand at it. Boost up over here towards short, and right now Dignitas at least know that no one's B-wood bound for the outsiders. Keep holding. Right now, the only man over here in this A-bomb site, and if he falls, if he goes down without getting anything done, Dig might have to lean into a 4-man save. His Deagle was the thing that helped him find success in round 3 of this second half. Can he do it again? He's getting wrapped. They're in the site. Yakindar's found him. There's a response for Hauser. Oh, no, makes it a double. Trying to face even more with the Deag. Trying to take these fights. Outsiders might look to go back. They might look to reconsider. This is where Dignitas need to calm just for a moment. Now swinging. Hauser, that was the chance. That was the opportunity. Back into a 3-on-3. Forest with another swing. And they're getting punished across the board now. Where the Deags are working, where the aggression was giving results. Now it's dug them a shallow grave. Lecro and Freiburg in the 2-on-3. Lecro a long way away. Freiburg tagged. If they finish him, they're in this A site. They're overrunning it. 30 seconds with the bomb dropped on shore, and now Freiburg dead. It's all on Lecro. There's a world where maybe he finds this timing up con. Maybe he stops this bomb plant, running the rotate, making noise. They still haven't heard him. They still don't know.
Is it default? They risk it.
Out with the swing, but silenced by Kicker. The response is there for outsiders. And man, that one is going to haunt Hauser, who gets this phenomenal double Deag play to keep them out of the sight. Then tries to swing short. And on a player that's running away, he misses a golden opportunity.
Yeah, those back of the head hitboxes, man, they fight back. James just running, and, you know, he doesn't have any cover. Thank God the swing comes out for the bomb site to just save his life and his round, because he goes on to pick more players out of it. Outsiders hold on, they go passive in that 3-on-4, and Dignitas just peak 1 by 1 and lose their lives. It's getting to them, it's getting stressful, Harry. They are playing for overtime, it's their only option. That was, you know, clear after they forced last round, but they had to. Eco wouldn't have meant to buy here either, it would have meant 3,800, and yeah, you can play A1S with Kevlar if you want, but they don't. They want everything. The orb, the nades, the kits, the options for Dignitas, but that will require giving up elimination point here at the RMR.
It's such a brutal call, isn't it? Like to play for the OT, essentially. To play for 5 in a row. They've won this sort of round before, but that's not something you can actually replicate, surely. Flash over, Kicker playing anti. They run right by him. Good for the double before he's traded. That is an AK now in the hands of Heap. Maybe that gives them something to go off of inside of this A site. Tucked on in. Freiburg here. Or Lecro rather. Freiburg already deleted down lower. Heap keeps up the good fight, and now they just got to get past 1 man over on A. Lecro tucked in, only armed with the USP, that's always going to be his crux. What on earth is he meant to do? Cleared, first man gone, tapped from the USP, but the trade is found. And Heap now, up through the connector. He's buying next round anyway. He's got this timing on a bit of a short ramp, but bomb plant's already in. He spots one going to truck, taps out Yakinda. Now just Jame left to beat. Oh, he swings it immediately, takes that fight. There's a certain level of respect you're anticipating there from Jame, thinking he's going to maybe try and long it out in the 1v1. But once again, it's Jame clutching to try and win Outsiders the series. 15 to their name now.
I love that for Jame as well. The reason he goes for that peak, firstly, it's so unlike him, but secondly, he knows with all this distance from Heap, all Heap's doing is mashing W. He is trying to get as close as he can, as quick as he can, and Jame just eviscerates him immediately. No hesitation, no time to counter strafe, no saving that eco. A damn nice try for Dig. A one-on-one. But they've brought so many close pistol rounds, and at this point, they mean nothing. This is one more for Outsiders. That's all it's going to take. Dastan called a timeout. Made sure game faces were on. And everyone's on the same page for what needs to just be one round. Why make it harder for yourself?
Dude, that's always the sad thing, you know. If you cop an L to Outsiders, if you end up losing, you know, if you're rooting for the team that loses to them, your heroes, they always die tired in this instance. You know, they always die at the end of a long old series where they play their heart out. And Dignitas look like they could become culprits of that. 10 to 15, they need 5 in a row.
Oh, smoke walk.
Yeah, smoke walk for Yakinda. Not gonna serve him well. That's a step in the right direction, but it's a marathon, not a sprint here for Dig.
Slow and steady. Good grenade. Freiburg's put on 14 by Flit. Mid's taken. James still AWPing it, and if any reaggression comes from Halzuk, it will be punished. Flash peek on long and on B at the same time. Halzuk wins that fight. He goes into Jame, who drops out of mid with the bomb and loses it in no man's land. No man here. Flit may as well just try and frag out at the B bomb site, try and get a pick here. But no one's offering up much. He's got to go for it himself. Freiburg saves Letcrow's life up in heaven. 2 low players. There's a weird timing here. Halzuk, oh, he misses that. Buster, does he check close? He's seen him, and Buster's got a double. The bomb's on the way. It's running amok. Molly misses. It goes very deep. Letcrow can pop his head out of the top. There's no one here to cover. Deep in bank, and Buster's backstabbing in a 2-on-5 to knock Dig out of this competition.
2v2 in the blink of an eye. This was 2v5, as you say, and Buster has done it all. Holding this angle now. He will get rewarded for his patience. Right now, Freiburg cannot move a muscle. Everything is hinging on Forest coming up through middle. In this fight versus Kicker, he's shut down, and Buster's there to close it. 2 versus 5. And that's how Outsiders send Dig out of the runnings to make it to the major.
That's exactly what Dig did yesterday. That's how they closed their series. A taste of their own medicine, and Outsiders long it out. Opportunities to close in a 2-0 for Dig, and commiserations. They put up more than a fight. More of a fight than I think anyone was expecting, but Outsiders, they don't lose in 3.
Yeah, I mean, you can't help but feel